Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is July the 11th, 2025, and as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, I'm calling it Breaking News 72 Hours because I believe we're going to see another level of escalation come Monday, and it may happen even before then because so many things are happening at the same time. If you remember, it was Lavrov pushing a message through Rubio back to Trump, and Rubio didn't want to talk about it and said, yeah, well, we got some new information, some secret information that I need to deliver to Trump, and then we'll hear about it. Well, Lavrov goes ahead and spills the beans on it, and it's so interesting. I have it for you. If we put that into a big bowl and mix it up with Trump statements yesterday and now today again, on top of the Kremlin official response, Zelensky's words, what's happening with Merz, what's happening in Europe, we have the recipe for an escalation in this war in Ukraine because Russia wants war, and Zelensky makes that very clear. So thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. You guys are amazing in helping us grow the channel and tell the truth, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Let's jump straight into it. So we know that when Lavrov and Rubio met, and Lavrov had its press conference and Rubio had his press conference, Rubio was like a deer in headlights. We analyzed that yesterday, but he says, you know, Lavrov told me some new information and I have to take it back to Donald Trump. So the world is wondering, okay, what's this top secret information that Lavrov has given Rubio? Well, we have it. I have that information for you, translated into English, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Lavrov told Rubio these following things. You know, the big surprise from Trump on Monday, they were discussing it. That's just diplomacy. We're not worried about that. Lavrov also talked about the July 3rd talk between Putin and Trump. Nothing has changed since then. And remember, that was the call where Trump was very disappointed. He also talked about the leaked dialogue, whether AI or not, doesn't matter, about Trump saying he's going to bomb Moscow. He's carrying that message back. And then he also gave Rubio, and here's the top secret part, direct quotes from Zelenskyy, Schmeigel, Yermak, and Podolyak on the bad things that they have said about Russia. So take it away, Lavrov. Here you go, guys. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said yesterday after the meeting that a new plan for Ukraine had been discussed. I would like to know which side proposed these new approaches. What are they? What are their principal differences compared to the previous ones? And about the new U.S. weapons deliveries, is this a part of the plan? Did you discuss that also? I would like to answer with Donald Trump's own words. I'm not going to tell you and wait for big surprises. I don't know about big surprises, but you understand that if you are familiar with diplomatic activity, you accompany us often. These are things that are not commented on. Yes, we discussed Ukraine. We confirmed the position that President Putin laid out, including another time on July 3rd during the conversation between Trump and Putin. Regarding that dialogue that was leaked, the recording, I don't even know whether it's AI or not, about bombing Moscow and Beijing. We were discussing serious things. I gave Marco Rubio a short compilation of quotes from Zelenskyy, Schmeigel, Yermak, Podolyak, where they directly talk about the need to destroy Russians. Legally, but even better, physically. So there you have it. So in a compilation of, 90 seconds of that video, he says, I'm using Trump's own words. There's going to be big surprises, whatever that is. The threat to bomb Moscow, AI or not, we're discussing serious things here. We're not worried about those games. And I wanted Trump to know that Zelenskyy and Schmeigel and Yermak and Podolyak, they want to kill us all. If I remember correctly, it is the Russians that are daily killing Ukrainians with drones and missiles and glide bombs. Ukraine is defending their sovereignty, but this is the message carried back to Trump. So the question is it too late for this? Is Trump soured on Russia, where he's now going to work through NATO to supply Russia, and the war will escalate. I will tell you this was just a little while ago, Trump on the tarmac.
Russian drones hit a maternity hospital in Ukraine overnight. I know. You'll be seeing things happening.
And that's it. I know a drone hit a maternity hospital, and you'll be seeing things happen. Remember, it's Monday. 72 hours, we're supposed to hear some big announcement about Russia. Now, we know this is modus operandi, but we have a lot of ingredients in the bowl right now mixing around for this one. One of these that is a part of this mixture in bowl is President Zelenskyy himself, once again stating Putin only wants war. He's addicted to war and killing. Therefore, he must be stopped militarily and economically. We work daily on this with our partners. Here's Zelenskyy. According to our intelligence and our partners' intelligence, they also have the information that Russia will continue to drag out this war. Putin refuses to take any opportunity to establish a real ceasefire. He does not want real peace. Putin is addicted to war and killing, and only real force can make him give up this addiction. Therefore, our defense of Ukraine must be sufficiently strong. This is the focus of most meetings. And to ensure that international sanctions against Russia are sufficiently strong, sanctions should also affect all those who actually help Russia. And this is where it's going to get very serious. That goes back to the Graham-Blumenthal bill that wants to place additional tariffs on nations that are helping Russia. You're talking about an entire global upheaval that is imminent if these things go through. This is why we listen, take it step by step, moment by moment. But these are all ingredients in the mixing bowl. Now, additionally, we need to listen to Kirill Budanov. He is the director of the intelligence there in Ukraine. The U.S. will continue military support for Ukraine, he said today. He said, I'm confident. Trump's position is consistent. He should not be judged by the media's descriptions. And then Budanov makes a personal statement. As the head of the intelligence service, I know more. I do not see any signs that our cooperation in the security sphere will cease. This is not beneficial for us or our partners because they receive information from us. You know, I can make a quick reference here, and it's not even worth video time or me talking about, but the Pete Hegseth video yesterday standing in front of the Pentagon with those pitiful drones. I've got news for you. What a shameful display. United States so far behind drone technology of Ukraine and Russia. Don't go out there and make videos like this. And this is what Budanov is talking about here. And this is why I raised this. The information they receive from us, for example, drone development, drone technology. All of this is coming to a head at the same time. Now, you may ask, okay, we see all of that. Do we have any response out of the Kremlin itself? And the answer to that is yes. Peskov, just a couple of hours ago, stating Europeans are discussing various options for financing, supporting Ukraine to encourage Kyiv to continue this war to the last Ukrainian. Russia is disappointed that its signals regarding the possible presence of foreign troops in Ukraine are being ignored. And in reference to that, he said post-war. So meaning we heard the UK, we heard France say, as soon as the war's over or we have a ceasefire, we'll put boots on the ground. And Peskov said, that's not going to happen. Chancellor Merz is an advocate of confrontation with Russia in all aspects, and Moscow takes this into account in its actions. On U.S. plans to sell weapons to NATO countries for delivery to Ukraine, this is a business. Changing the terms doesn't change the outcome. And Moscow awaits the next rounds of talks with Ukraine, which Zelenskyy, by the way, said are not even close to happening because they haven't fulfilled, they being Russia, has not fulfilled the second round of talks requirements. So this is where we're at, and this is why I'm very aggressive with this title and thumbnail today. We're getting close to this war really coming to a head, because it cannot just continue the way it is. The front lines are very difficult, and nightly Russia is assaulting Ukraine through the air. We've got all the players in the game now saying, Monday, Monday, Monday. We shall see. Keep you posted. Also got some information coming out of Poland that's interesting, working on that and other things. Thank you for all that you do. Look forward to your thoughts and comments on this. We'll be back at you in just a little bit.